Okay, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Internet trouble, you know how that goes. Coming in here. Hello, hello, hello. Going to my channel. When it comes up, YouTube comes up. It's slow today for some reason. There we go. Now, we're going to get this case going. And we're going to hear what I want to do. We're going to hear both sides. Okay, so here, here, here. Do this. We're going to hear both sides of these cases. And it's going to be actually pretty fun to do. Let me tweet this out again. I don't think it did it last time. And I'm going to go here, here. Come on, go here, here. I may have to keep doing this one. Oops, I think I'm doing it anyway. Hey, Devada. Gosh, how you doing? Been a while. Devada, we're going to have some fun. We're going to do some cases. Okay, we're going to listen to both sides of the cases. And we're going to see how this is going to work. You know? Trust me, you're going to have fun. You're going to have a good time. Okay? We're going to do this here. Let's do... There we go. Thank you, Devada, by the way, for tweeting that out for me. Yes, this is going to be fun. You're going to enjoy this. Okay. Let me do this here. I hope my buddy comes back. Firewolf, if you're there, come on back. I'm back. It just had to take me a minute. Okay. Y'all ready? Of course, that's going to go. Let me see here. I'm going to do this. 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 I'm going to share the audio, of course. I got to remember that button being there. Okay. Here we go. I hate these ads, by the way. We're going to watch the cases and see. Oh, gosh, I hate this ad. I hate it when it does that. I've got good signal. I don't know what it is.
Steve says
there we go.
He looked at the plaintiff's vote and soon realized he didn't.
Come on, YouTube.
Didn't have the equipment to pull the motor out, so he referred him to William, who had a motor lift. William says the plaintiff was as impatient as they come and started complaining the work
This
was
is going to
taking
be
too long.
interesting. I don't think
Decided
anybody...
to try and steal the boat from his shop. When the cops explained he had to pay him before he could take his boat away, he only paid for the parts but not the labor. Oh, him? No way. They're accused of being grand lovers. The defendants have filed a countersuit for
Uh-oh.
$2,200 for
Countersuit.
labor and $2,000 for defamation, respectively.
All parties, please use your
0 on all.
Okay. So what do you think, Nevada? The defendant had no proof of anything. The plaintiff had a receipt. Okay. So to me, that's word of mouth on the defendant's part. So let's see how she's gonna roll. Okay. Let's see how she's gonna roll.
The other things you needed to do to get your 1991 boat up to par. Good luck, gentlemen.
Nothing. Okay, now that was a good case. That was interesting. Okay. I can see how she wrote on that. She made sense. She made common sense. You want to do another one? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. This one is going to be really good. Hold on just a second. I'll get to it.
Away from her. She's psychologically scarred for life and is suing them for the $4,116.89 she's seeking today from them for all she's out.
$4,000. That's a lot of money.
These are the defendants, Joanne and Alexander Rikimoto. Joanne says the plaintiff served them with this ridiculous lawsuit with trumped-up charges, and they've paid enough to her and refused to give her another dime because she's trying to take terrible advantage. That's right, her dog died of a heart attack before arriving at the vet. So there are no bills other than the cremation fee which they paid, and they can't wait for the judge to set this lady straight today. They're accused of not taking responsibility.
Yeah?
all parties, please use your right hand. Be seated and come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn in.
Thank you.
She's one great judge. I like her.
Miss Greif, you had a Chihuahua named
Diva.
Diva, and you were walking Diva, and what happened?
I have 2 Chihuahuas, and they were both on a leash, and I was walking them around the block.
Yep.
And as I got down the block, I saw this guy doing his lawn, and there was a pit bull unleashed on the lawn, and then the dog came up to me, and then the dog took its mouth and wrapped it around my dog's body. She was only 5 pounds.
Oh, wow.
So I tried to beat the dog off.
What was the person who was in the yard with the dog doing? Did
He
they
was
run
doing
up?
nothing. I was screaming, "Help me, help, please help
Were
me."
they calling the
Somebody-
name of the dog? Were they doing
He
anything?
wasn't doing anything. It was like he was dumbfounded. I tried to beat the dog. I fell to the ground. My other Chihuahua took off. The whole neighborhood was out doing their lawn. Nobody would help me. One of the neighbors even yelled at me.
Yelled at you?
The neighbor came up to me and he goes, "Why are you making such a big scene out of this?" He goes, "Take the dog home and give it a bath." I'm like, my dog's laying there with the guts hanging out.
Hi, Tara.
And then the dog took off to get my other dog to
The
chase
pit bull took off after your other chihuahua.
that took off down the block.
Okay.
We're
And I was
being the
screaming to the
judge.
neighbors to get my other dog.
Hey, Chris.
Then
Hey,
finally,
Thunder.
these three
We're
women
being
in
a
this
judge here.
van, she took her sweat jacket off, wrapped my dog around, and brought it in the car. And we all went to the vet.
Ooh, that
And-
sounds good.
When I got there, I went into a waiting room and they came out and they said, ma'am, we're sorry, your dog died. I went
I'm
to my
so
knees.
sorry.
I fell to my knees screaming, hysterical crying. And then other stuff happened after that.
Such
Uh-huh.
My neighbor, she was concerned about my well-being. So I ended up in Brookhaven Hospital and they admitted me for like 8 days.
What
or
we're
something like
doing
that.
is
I
we're
have
trying
I have
to
all my papers.
What kind of
judge the
hospital
case
is
before the
Brookhaven?
judge has to go.
It was because I lost it.
Okay.
I really couldn't deal with
What if-
seeing my dog murdered like that.
I saw my cat murdered
Mm.
based on a dog bite. And my children, more importantly, saw that.
Ah.
And it was a very, very
I like
traumatic.
Judge you, but I think I like the judge
Yeah.
better, Alexis.
Other
She
stuff
explained-
happened.
Okay, let's hold on
Okay,
on that because I
sure.
want to hear who was in the yard that day.
What I want to
Can,
know.
can you step up and switch with him a moment?
Yes.
What happened?
All right, so we were just raking the leaves, and the dog was inside actually, and we had an extension cord running through the front door, so it was closed, but it wasn't locked, and he ran through the front door, and then
That's not how she describes it. She describes seeing your dog
Yeah. I
hanging with you.
I agree, and then
Mhm.
I was raking the yard, and I was kind of facing the opposite way of her. So then once I heard the commotion, I turned around and I seen my dog running after her dogs. So then I threw the rake to go run and get the dog. So then I picked up the dog and it was in his mouth. So I stuck my hand in to break it up, broke it up, and then brought him inside really quick. And then came back outside. And then at that point, she was wrapping her dog up and entering the car and leaving.
I take it you do not have a fence around your property.
No, we do not. In the back.
So you had an open door, a pit bull, no fence.
Whoa.
These are the facts. How long have you had your dog?
He was 6, 8, almost 8 years now.
Your involvement, you're just their mother?
I'm their
Not
mother.
just, but
I'm the homeowner. I was there when she returned to my house. The boys called me and told me something happened. I came right home.
This
and
is
I was
really interesting.
with the
how old are the
police.
boys roughly?
I was 16 at the time. I'm 18 now.
All right, so talk to me and tell me what happens that day after you.
Well, I express condolences because I am an animal lover and I don't diminish any of what emotion that she's going through. I completely get it. I love my dog as well. She came with the police and she was demanding that I be arrested because she felt it was a
No,
criminal
it's
act
not, Devonna.
that
Mm-mm.
my dog did that, and the police said that it
It
wasn't
was
at
a
that
leash law.
point. And that was really the only contact I had with the defendant until we returned to court the following month.
For
She filed a claim that
What does everybody
there was an
think so
incident
far?
involving the dog, and she wanted restitution, and she wanted my dog put on a dangerous dog list.
okay, and what happened with that case?
Again, expressed our condolences to the district attorney. We never saw the defendant that date. And the district attorney told us the outcome of the case was going to be our dog was named on a dangerous dog list for 1 year. We had to pay, which we were going to offer to do right off the bat for any vet or medical expenses that she incurred due to the incident, and which we did. In the meantime, the dog,
That would be the cremation costs.
yes.
Okay, well, she's suing you for the value of the dog, her lost wages and
Wow.
vet bills she had just paid
think
beforehand.
so?
Tell me
Yeah.
your defense.
Yeah, I don't know the value of an 8-year-old Chihuahua, so I went online and looked. I found a few articles. I didn't see any of them the amount that
Well, do
high.
you feel that you folks would be responsible for the value of the dog? And if not, why not?
I would say the property of the dog as property, yes.
in your answer to the complaint, you state, I'm not trying to take the emotion away, but her dog was 8 or 9 years old, and it definitely wasn't a puppy.
Yep.
It wasn't a show puppy. I think this whole lawsuit is absurd and a money grab. What did you mean by that?
Come on.
I believe she inflated the amount due to her to obtain more financial.
Do you think
success out of
suing you
this.
is absurd?
Well, I think the amount that it was for.
So you don't consider the lawsuit, the whole lawsuit is absurd. You're retracting that,
Come on.
right?
Yes.
Because the whole lawsuit isn't absurd, is it?
No.
Why would she wait a whole year to file this lawsuit? Plus, we have paperwork to show her dog died of a heart attack.
Wow.
So we owe her nothing. Tell me
That's
about
true.
that.
Well, I didn't mean to say we owe her nothing.
What's this heart attack business? What are you talking
When we were in court, I asked the district attorney what the dog
Let's take her.
basically died of, because the way that I was told by my son, it wasn't a gut hanging out type of a puncture. It was a small puncture, but because the dog was so small, any puncture was going to be giant for that dog. And when I asked the DA about that, she said the dog died of a heart attack, which was secondary to the puncture wound.
Right. So do you feel that that would mean you folks wouldn't be responsible for the value of the dog to her?
Uh-huh.
Because I got some leads on what caused the heart attack. Right? Right. It's not the pit bull's fault. The law doesn't punish the pit bull. They're punishing the owner's conduct. The person, you weren't home. So I'm talking to you. I need you to understand social responsibility. I know you feel bad. I'd like you to apologize to that lady.
I'm sorry for not making sure the door was closed and my dog was contained the proper way.
Thank you.
It matters, guys. It matters. I am sure he is sorry. I know it's genuine, because if not, because he's just genuinely sorry for hurting another human being, and I have no reason to believe that it's not genuine, then because of everything it's caused after this, he knows that this was a big mistake. Mistakes happen. You know, they're not intentional and they don't require criminal penalties to them, but they happen and they do require some kind of civil justice.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey 11 here. Are pit bulls especially dangerous? We get a lot of pit bull bites in this courtroom.
I disagree. My
That's a
pit
good
bull is
question.
actually
Y'all
a
think
man
pit bulls
dog,
are
and I'm
dangerous?
taking care of my
Some of them
babies
can be,
since
some of them can't. That's just me.
I got bit by one, had to go to the hospital. He would not let go.
Wow.
Are you guys together?
Yes.
Is that dog the one that bit?
No, different dog.
But she has a pit bull and you guys are together?
Yeah, it's okay. She makes up for it.
If you lose a leg or something, it's not a big deal, right? Go.
Let's see how she's gonna
Just an
roll.
arm. Going
That's
inside
gonna
the
be
courtroom.
interesting.
Although our pets are our children, right? When I come home from taping at the People's Court, when I fly back to Miami, when the kids were little, they used to run down a marble staircase so fast, I would yell, don't run, because I knew they were going to take a header one day. Yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. The only living creature that runs like that to see me is my dog, Sammy. I know that not only did you have a loss of a pet, but you had it happen in front of you. And I know how painful that is. The law only allows you to get recompensed for the value of the property.
That's true.
And any
Alexis, you're
ancillary
right.
charges that you ended up having
Right.
to pay that are a foreseeable consequence of what happened. When you say that you have $1,500 in lost wages, you are saying because you had to not work when you were so upset about what happened, right? The time that you took afterwards.
I was hospitalized for 8 days.
The question is, all that a court can order that side to pay are things that are reasonably foreseeable based on what occurred.
Yep.
So is it reasonably foreseeable that someone will be hospitalized for 8 days when they lose their pet? That is the question that's in front of me right now. It's a tough question.
I understand. I just, because of the incident, it ruined
No,
my.
I know.
I was
Really?
I'm not, let me just say that I am not questioning
Well,
whether
they-
you have been hospitalized. You do you, baby. That is not the question.
What's
The
the
question
policy
is, legally,
violation?
can I call that a reasonably foreseeable consequence?
Hold on,
And
guys.
make them pay pay your out of pockets on
Well,
it.
guys,
That's
I'm gonna
the
get
question,
off
which is a
here.
totally separate
I'm
question
gonna see what's
from
up,
whether or not you did the right thing for yourself.
and I will talk
I
to
think
y'all
you had
later.
great friends who made sure you
Take
did the right
care.
thing for yourself.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Let's go over the 4 things you're suing for. You're suing for the value of the dog, which you have set at $2,143.96 because that's what you paid for the dog 8 years ago.
Right.
But it was a new dog 8 years ago, and it's an 8-year-old dog now. And